There's something going on in
Hello and welcome to the FPL Game deadline stream with the D-Unit. We are up and about. We're ready to rock and roll for until the deadline. And I've got 3 free transfers. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'm just hoping that I've got it right. That's all I can really put in. And hopefully I actually don't know if I'm going to get it right or not. But with some luck, we will get it right. But I can't sit here with any confidence and say that I am going to get it right. So hopefully, with some luck, we will get it right. Will the DCL unit make its way into the team? Oh, I don't know. I honestly do not know the answer to that. But look, it's time to literally get into the team as things stand and, yeah, start answering all your questions ahead of the deadline. So here we are, and look, this is what the team is currently looking like, and I don't know whether I've got it right or not. At the moment, I'm currently lined up in a 4-4-2 with a bench of Petrovic, Reinders, Senesi, and the Pigeon. Now, I didn't make any moves overnight because I was sitting here after the late mail, and I looked at my team, and I thought, what do I do with it? And I knew that Mbeumo went down, and Mbeumo did go down in price overnight, and I still don't know whether I should sell him or not. And the reason why I'm so stuck is because the fixtures after this week are not fixtures I want to be selling him for. Like, he's got Liverpool away, obviously this week. Then it's Brighton, Nottingham Forest, which I think is a great fixture, Tottenham, Everton, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Wolves, all the way through to game week 16. Like, if I sell him this week, I'm only going to probably want him back, because I think Man United will actually be pretty good for the next few weeks. So it is really frustrating because this week, optimally, I'm not sure if I've got any confidence in Man United beating Liverpool. Even though I think that they will win, I've got a sneaky suspicion Man United are going to win. It's going to be one of them weird game weeks. And I feel like it's probably a good time to be playing Liverpool, but I don't say it with any confidence whatsoever. Also, FYI, D-Tuck, my best mate, he's actually joined the D-Unit fan club. I can't believe it. When I put this stream up before and I saw him at the very top, big shout out to my boy. He's actually looking after me. The reason why I'm even doing this stream is because currently he sent me a mix of music that's currently playing at an event that I'm actually DJing at. And I've left that gig with his music that he put on for me to be here with you lot. So hopefully, shout out to him. Mad mate, a great mate, and yeah, welcome to the club. All right, into the chat. Hello, Avi, how are you? Good to see you in the chat. Would you wildcard Timber in for Gabriel or just leave Gabriel? I would, if I was on wildcard, I would 100% have Timber over Gabriel all day long. 2 transfers at no DCL, very nice. I know, yeah, this is the problem. Like, if I don't transfer in, like, Mbeumo dropped, right? And to make the money, so obviously João Pedro, who's the other person I'm very interested in for Richarlison, he obviously dropped in price overnight. So even though the Pigeon dropped, JP dropped as well. So like if I did that move, it's still going to cost the exact same amount as was going to do before. The problem is, how do I fund that transfer? Now, originally, it was going to be Mbeumo to Enzo, but I've got no confidence in that move either. So at this moment in time, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Like, Enzo might not even play, and then all of a sudden the bench boost is in the bin. So I'd either have to move Mbeumo to Rice or Mbeumo to Sarr Or I could do Reinders down to someone that's 5 mil. I could do it to Josh King. No, that's a stupid decision. That makes the bench boost even worse. Or I could do... See, the thing is, if I didn't Boomo to Saar looks okay long-term. Rice looks okay long-term. Enzo, we don't know. The problem I've got with Enzo is that we just don't know with Maresca. Maresca does some weird stuff, and I don't want to sit there and bring someone in that's going to sit there and not play. Otherwise, it's just no good. Yeah, exactly what Aurelio4587 said in the chat. Are Enzo and Caicedo even going to play? We don't know. Hopefully, we're going to get some leaks before the deadline, but let's be honest, they're probably going to be fake leaks, and we're probably going to be sitting there scratching our heads, so I can't set that with anything. Could I bench boost with Dubravka, Rodon, Anderson, and Ndai, or should I change some? Ndai against Man City, I know he had a good record against them last season. Potentially, he might be all right, but Anderson just feels a bit meh. But yeah. Hello, Modus370. If anyone's getting DCL in, it's got to be you, bro. I know. Part of me just wants to do it. And I don't know why the part of me wants to do it. I've got a sneaky suspicion it's actually going to work. Which is the reason why I want to do it, right? Like, if I just move the pigeon out for the DCL unit and just press the bench boost button with Reinders, Senesi, DCL... Petrovic, I actually think that's a pretty good bench boost. Not even going to lie. I think I'd be quite happy with it. Like, James from Planet FPL reckons that the pigeon's going to start. Now, if the pigeon starts, and look, the card on the late mail yesterday basically said the pigeon versus the DCL unit have sided with the pigeon. So the card thinks that the pigeon's actually okay. But then it also thinks that DCL unit's beaten Haaland this week. So maybe Haaland's just going to be absolutely sucky and get injured in the first 10 minutes. Who knows? Who is the best mid under 6.4 million? Oh, under 6.4, so SARS 6.5. I'd say probably Minte. It's either Minte or Paqueta for the next few weeks. Would be my guess, Arian. By the way, have Salah captain at the moment. Bit stupid. I think it's a great differential, Kevy. If I had Salah on my own team, I'd be captaining him over Haaland this week all day long. Lee, how are you, buddy? Good to see you in the chat. Who would you buy in mid under 6 mil? So it's Paqueta. Caicedo's also flagged, but potentially he might be okay as well. It's a really weird week. Maresca is just so hard to read. I can't say it with any confidence that he's a good idea. So I'm still not 100% sure on that one. Also, I've just realised I've missed the timer. I'm going to quickly fix that. Bear with us, folks. I've just realised that I've completely stuffed that. I'm going to quickly adjust it. Hold on. Let's go to 1 hour. I forgot to turn it on. I knew that was going to happen. 1 hour and 54 minutes. Let's go that. 54 and save. Save. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to start that. Start. Sweet. And then we're going to go back here and hopefully that it's ready to go. All right, let's have a look. No, it's still not ready to go. That's annoying. Why does it do that? All right, quickly, let's open that. Start. There we go. All right, and we should be good to go. There we go. 1 hour, 54 minutes till the deadline. There you go. They said the deadline counter is up and running. I forgot. I knew there was something I forgot when I started. But yeah, there we go. It's up there. You can see it as we're counting down and we go from there. Sick of the same wildcard draft everyone. I know, FMZ, this is the problem. D, stop being a helmet. You've got 14 unreal picks for this week. Which means I need 15, doesn't it? 15 is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, let's be honest. Gabriel plus Timber or Calafuri plus Timber? I think I'd go Calafuri plus Timber. If it was my team, I think, and I was going for 2 Arsenal defence, that's what I'd go with. Any watch along today? Yes, Kevy. I will not be doing the Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea game. Unfortunately, I'm still going to be DJing for about an hour into that game. I may come on early for the second half, but I'll definitely be live for all the 3 p.m. games. I'll be on at about 2:55 p.m. and we've got all the 3 p.m. games on the Goal Rush, on the channel, with all the updates. We're ready to go. I've already done that stream. I've prepped it. It's good to go. I should be able to walk in and just pop it up. Good morning, D-Unit. I hope you're well, my man. Yes, Enigma, I'm feeling pretty well. I'm pretty tired today. I'm not going to lie, but I also feel pretty good. Suggestions, Caicedo, Reinders to choose for this game week. I would probably go Reinders, Aurelio. D-Unit, mate, currently sitting around 60k. Wow, that's really good. Should I be looking to ride the crowd or try and differentiate myself and climb even higher? I remember this moment last season when I got inside the top 100k and I bought in Phil Foden and no one else did, and he rode me into the top 10k. So based on last year, I would say sometimes it's good to have that one really good differential pick that no one's got and hope they bang. Because if they bang, all of a sudden, it's kind of risk averse and you don't have to risk too much. It's just one player and that can ride you into the top 10k, let's be honest. And I think that's probably what I would recommend. Hello, Nana. How are you? Your name's changed from Nana to Nana384. That's weird. On wildcard, Munoz and Eze or Gabriel and Enzo? Munoz and Eze or Gabriel and Enzo? I have Timber and thinking long term. Okay, if you've got Timber, I'd probably go Munoz and Eze. What about Zaka? 4% owned. Yeah, he could be okay. But is he going to get an attacking return? Like, what's Zaka's ceiling? 5 points? I'm just asking theoretically. Like, what is his ceiling? Is it 5 points? Is it 10? Is he capable of getting a goal? He is capable of getting a goal. But how many goals is he actually going to score across a season? Probably not that many. Shall I back Palace defence with Gahey or Bournemouth defence with Senesi? Both got both Sarr and Semenyo starting. Wow. Well, is there any other defender you can play? I think I'd back Senesi just because of the fact I think Senesi's probably more likely to get DC contributions than Gahey this week. That would be my guess. Just based on the fact that he's playing away from home, you'd think that Palace would have more of the ball. Bench 2 from Canade, Senesi and Estev. I'd just bench Canade. And I think I benched Senesi as well. No. Take that back. I benched Canade and Estev. Planning to bring in Voltamata and Saka for Richarlison and Bruno. Thoughts? Will you make anything different? I think that's not bad. It's not a bad 2 moves. Not going to lie, that's not too bad. I'm assuming you've got some money in the bank because if you're bringing in Voltamata for Pigeon, you're going to need 0.6 now, 0.6, and you're going to need another 0.9 for Bruno to Saka. That's 1.5 mil. I'm assuming you've got that just lying around in the bank. Turned off my bench boost because very unsure about Chelsea lads. I know, that's why I actually think if I'm going to play bench boost, I think I'm only making one transfer and it's either the Pigeon to Dominic Calvert-Lewin or I'm rolling and I press the bench boost with that bench. Like that's the honest opinion of what I think my team needs this week. I think if I start making multiple moves, it just looks stupid and it might not even pay off. The thing I've got to consider here is, am I happy to use another transfer after bringing in Dominic Calvert-Lewin for the Pigeon to basically move him again, potentially even next week, up to like João Pedro, and then move one of my midfielders down to someone else? That's the question I've got. And I don't know, I don't have the correct answer. Like, part of me thinks I think I can ride the no Arsenal bandwagon till game week 10. Then I'm probably going to have to address it. But I think the next 2 weeks I can probably get away with not going there. I think, potentially. Morning D-Unit. Thoughts in Cucurella for Romero. Yeah, I like that. I'm not going to lie. I like that transfer. I've got Konza on the bench. That's another alternative. Yes, you could do that. I don't know how many goals Tottenham are going to score against Villa. I feel like Tottenham have not been banging in the goals, so potentially there might not actually be even that many goals in it. So, yeah. FYI, if you haven't already joined the free WhatsApp group, the link, if you check all the way back to the very first chat thing, it's in there. I'll put the link in there. It's also in the stream description. It's free. It's part of the community. You get to talk to me when I'm up and about, which is a lot of the day. And it'll be a lot of tonight. But let's be honest, everyone's joined the live watch along tonight. I won't be in the chat. Also, I just keep my bench boost on and pray Caicedo and Enzo start. I mean, you could do that. If I'm being honest, Avi, I think they'll probably do both start. And we might even find out before the deadline reaches that they are starting. So in that case, potentially it's you're sweet. Yes, we'll have 0.1 million left for those two. Wow. Well, if you've got 0.1 left over, that's fantastic. Thoughts on what will happen in the Leeds versus Burnley fixture? I think they both score. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dominic Calvert-Lewin after all the people and all the hate, he comes out and he just bangs them away. I don't know why. I just think it's going to happen. The more that I see the memes of Luke putting my face on Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the more I think that it's going to happen. I have no confidence in it. I have no opinion on it. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin's a crap striker in general, but for some weird feeling, some weird reason tells me it's going to bang this week. And I don't know why that's the case. I just think it is. Maybe the pigeon bangs as well. I don't know. I honestly do not know. I just sit there and look at it like that Bournemouth Palace game. It could end up 0-0. It could end up 0-0. I don't think there's many goals in that game. I really don't think there's many goals in that game. Both defenses are pretty good. They both don't score a lot of goals either. And it's straight after the international break. Like, it could easily be a 0-0 game. Could easily be a 0-0 game. Can I start with Senesi, Poro and Kukurea and bench Reinders, Ivan Dye as well? You could. I just think that Reinders potentially is probably going to be better than some of those assets this week. Peter, great to see you in the chat again, my man. That is a badge to be proud of. This guy has been there from pretty much the beginning. I think he was the very first member of the channel. So thank you again, Peter, for your continued support. It's always great to see you in the chat, buddy. I hope you join the live watch along again later as well. Start Burn or Lacroix? I would start Dan Burn. Newcastle's defence has not conceded a goal away from home. They haven't conceded a goal away from home all season long. And they've played, hold on, I'm just going to check who they've played this season. So they have played Aston Villa away from home, Leeds away from home, and Bournemouth away from home, and they've kept 3 clean sheets in all of those games. The games where they've actually conceded have been with Liverpool and Arsenal at home. Outside of that, every game away from home, Newcastle have kept the clean sheet. So I don't know if that's going to continue. I hope it continues, but let's hope it does. Nothing fills us with confidence like seeing our striker in a skirt. Exactly. I mean, what is there not to get excited about there? I have no idea why I have 384 at the end now. I tried changing it back to Nana, and it isn't available. Someone's bought my name. I know. The same thing happened with Chill22. It's now Chill229. The bots are taking over YouTube. City or Palace defender on wildcard, I would go with a City defender long term. Short term, I'd probably go with a Palace defender. It depends on who your City defender is. I'd probably go with Vardio. I wouldn't be interested in any other City defender at this moment in time. Yo, what's up? Hello, Music Kiwi. How are you, buddy? Good to see you in the chat again. Paqueta or Minte on wildcard. Brighton's fixtures for a long time are probably better than West Ham's. Now, the thing you've got is that Paqueta's going to be nailed for West Ham. He's going to be playing pretty much almost 90 minutes. He's on penalties as well. Versus Minte, who doesn't play as many 90-minute games, and he's not on penalties. But I think Brighton are probably going to be a better team than West Ham. But if Nuno gets West Ham up and running, potentially that might change. It's a real 50-50. Let's ask the card. Minte versus Paqueta. Minte. There you go. The card thinks Minte. There we go. Hey, maybe a silly question, but start Esteve or Juve? Maybe the card knows. All right, let's ask. I would personally start Juve. Esteve versus Juve. All right, I was going with Esteve. There you go. Maybe West Ham aren't going to keep a clean sheet. What's your thoughts of choosing between Eze and Saka, between Volta-Mata and João Pedro? I think João Pedro's fixtures are better for the long term, particularly with Chelsea. However, Volta-Mata's stats are slightly better over the last few weeks. That's a really difficult one. I still think João Pedro and the fixtures are better. So I'm going to say that. And I think Chelsea slightly are a better team than Newcastle still as well. In terms of Eze versus Saka, I'd be tempted to save the 2.3 million and buy Eze instead. I just think that Eze is a little bit more durable than Saka at the moment as well, which also makes me think that might be the better play as well. Scenes when DCL scores for you on the 3 p.m. watch longs, it's going to get messy. I think I have to do it. I understand that it's probably going to fail, but I feel like I'd rather die trying and hope it bangs. Because if it bangs, my God, it's going to be glorious, and I think I want to be there for it. Sarin for Zubamendi for a -4. I don't mind it. I think Sar's going to... I think this week it might not pay off, Peter, but I think long term it will pay off, is my honest response to that question. This was the worst FPL international break for me. My 17-year-old... Oh, dear. Oh, that's horrible. I'm sorry, Kiwi. We'll have a couple of minutes, a couple of moments silence for that. Poor cat. Rest in peace. Hello, I'm conflicted. Bench boost this week or 11. Xavier Reinders out. Richards and Sarr in. Team ID, it would be much appreciated. Maybe the card knows. Okay. If you're bringing in Sarr and Richards this week, I'd probably say a bench boost in game week 11 is better. Off the top of my head, I'm just going to quickly check what the stats are on my phone here. But I feel like, let's have a look. Select replacement. Let's go to Sarr. All right, Sarr. All right, so Sarr in game week 11. Oh, full profile. Has Brighton at home compared to Bournemouth at home. I'd be much more confident in a Sarr and Richards. Sarr and Richards, I feel a lot more chance of returning in game week 11 than game week 8 would be my guess. So I'd say game week 11 based on that. What do you think of these moves? Watkins, Van der Ven to Bowen Timber. Love it. I ticked them straight off the bat. I'm on wildcard when I'm making this draft. Should I think of bench boost? Best 4.1 million defender. It's probably Rodon at 4.1 mil. I think Leeds defense looks pretty good. Mukiele also, I think, is actually really good as well, which is why I bought him on wildcard myself. And which is almost why I want to bench boost this week. Like, I bought these players in to bench boost. If I don't bench boost now, and I understand that, but maybe it's not the best idea to bench boost. I could literally roll the transfer, play an 11 this week, and just go from there. I just think that I look at the bench this week, and look, it could easily be horrible and be no good, and I end up with like no points on the bench. But at the same time, it could also bang this week, and I could end up with a boatload of points on the bench. So I don't know. I feel like I need to play Krejci and Mukiele. I know they're playing each other, and they could both score, and they're both blank. But at the same time, they could both keep a clean sheet, and all of a sudden, I'm looking really good. So it's hard to tell. It's always hard to tell with bench boost. Last year, I thought I had an amazing bench boost, and I got 6 points. 6 points on my bench last season, and I had Kukurea on the bench. I had Bart Verbruggen, who had an amazing fixture against Leicester. All the players that I thought would get returns, particularly the defenders and the goalkeepers, that I thought the clean sheet odds were quite high, they all sucked. So sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you thought it would. And you do need a lot of luck. You need a lot of luck. And I don't know if I've got the luck, but I'm hoping I've got the luck. Thoughts on this move? Gabriel and Haaland out for Dalot. I don't like that move. I don't like that move at all. Not going to lie. Don't like it. Dalot, I mean, let's be honest. He's probably guaranteed a game with Amarin until Amarin... I actually don't think Amarin's going to get sacked. I think Amarin's going to be there for the long term. I think the only way that Amarin actually gets sacked is if they lose like 10 games in a row and they're literally in the bottom 3, or the club gets sold by the Glazers to someone else and they don't want Amarin. That is the only way I think that Amarin leaves. I don't mind him. I just wish that he wouldn't play Dalot, and I wish that he'd play Bruno Fernandes in the number 10 position next to Brian and Mbumo, behind Šeško. I could just see that team playing so much better. And then you'd have Casemiro or Ugarte along with Maino in the midfield. It would just make so much more sense on every single level, but he won't do it because he's Ruben Amorim and he's stubborn. Hello, I'm on wildcard. Would you do Timber, Eze, and João Pedro, or Alderete, Saka, and Voltemade? I think I'd go the first one. I think I'd go Timber, Eze, and João Pedro. Yep, I'd definitely do the first option. Did you see the... I did. I saw it. I saw it. It's a crap throw. How that ended up in the net is beyond my imagination. Sunderland literally... They got done by Dalot. If you're getting done by Dalot, you're probably going to be fighting relegation. Let's be honest. The dude is crap. The dude is crap. I'll stand by that. I'm a Man United fan. I can say it as well. And every Man United fan will tell you he was god-awful. And he will continue to be god-awful. Did you listen to Tuck's playlist before pressing play? Yes, I did. I hope it's still going. I haven't had a message saying it's no good. So this is good news. So long may that continue. The music's obviously still playing. So touch wood, it continues playing the rest of the way through. What's up with price changing? It said Watkins was going down in like 1 week and Bowen was going up in 1 week. Now my moves for the next week are ruined because they went... Trust me, the Pigeon was not forecast to drop. He was under 70% and then he dropped randomly. Price changes are just... I hate price changes. They're so frustrating. Like so frustrating. Should I go YOLO and get Eze, Timber and Calla? Why not? Why not? I love it. With the amount of wildcard and bench boost being played this week, I would gladly take a grey arrow. Fair. Hello, mate. Thoughts on Jorgen Strand Larsen for the Pigeon? Don't mind it. Don't mind it at all, particularly for the next couple of weeks. I haven't actually even thought of Jorgen Strand Larsen. It's just because of the fact that Wolves have done nothing and he's looked pretty average, to be honest. Backing triple Arsenal isn't YOLO. It's boring. Calvert-Lewin is great. Better than Cafu. He's our Portuguese guy. Hey, mate, he's useless. What's up, the King? Hello, Linus Pub GM. How are you, buddy? I really want to bring in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I want to do it. Just because I think it bangs. Let's ask the card. Yesterday it said the Pigeon versus... It did say DCL unit. Maybe I have to change the wording to Richarlison versus Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It still likes Richarlison. So the card loves the Pigeon. The card prefers the Pigeon over Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It really wants to ruin it for everyone, doesn't it? I mean, in fairness, the Pigeon probably does score against Aston Villa. Aston Villa have been bang ordinary. And maybe this is the week he returns the faith. I mean, he did nothing the first 2 weeks I owned him, which was against... Who was it against? Wolves and Leeds. Wolves and Leeds, he did crickets. He did absolute crickets. And then maybe this is the week he bangs against Aston Villa, who, let's be honest, their numbers, their underlying numbers have not been flash. Then it's Everton away. I mean, it might not be the most stupid decision actually to hold him for the next couple of weeks. I don't know. What's DCL XG? I mean, his XG is pretty good. Card for Dubravka versus Sanchez. Dubravka and Sanchez. Dubravka. Interesting. Maybe Dominic Calvert-Lewin is not going to score. Do you think Saliba might get rotated today? I don't know. I think Gabriel's more likely to be rotated than Saliba. Saliba's already had a couple of rests. I don't understand the reason why he would have another one. To be honest, Leeds player versus Burnley could be nuts this week. I know, it could be. Leeds are playing really attacking and fresh football. I know. Dominic Calvert-Lewin really could be an absolute baller this week. Let's be honest. He could be absolutely fantastic. Let's be honest. Again, if you haven't already smashed a like on the stream, that'd be much appreciated as well. Thank you very much. My missus is actually working on the telephone. Anyone that lives in Australia, she's working on telephone tonight. She's working on telephone tonight and tomorrow, and then she's back on Monday, and I've got to clean the house probably tomorrow at some point when I finish watching the football tonight, which will be interesting in and of itself. Rank Mateta, Bowen, Voltemade, and João Pedro. I would go Bowen, João Pedro, Mateta, and then Voltemade. If I had to rank them from 1 to 4. For the foreseeable, for the next 5 weeks, I'd rank them that way. Hello, man. Card call for Reinders or Minte on wildcard. Hello, Christopher Warburton. How are you, buddy? So let's go. Reinders versus Minte. Reinders. Hit the like button if you want a green arrow this game week. Exactly. 100%. No transfers is on 49% at the moment. That's crazy. Bring in DCL unit 11%, make 3 moves, no DCL 28%, make 2 moves with DCL. Lots of people obviously think I've got a half decent squad this week. I'm going to end that. I'm going to ask the next question. Do you think I should bench boost this team? Yes, no. Move Pigeon. I'm just going to put Tiago on DCL and bench boost. There we go. That'll work. Add that. Hold on. Oh, what? Okay. This will allow me to do that. Get rid of that. I don't need that. There we go. All right, there we go. Get your thoughts in on whether you think I should bench boost this week or not with the team I currently have, or if I should move the Pigeon and play bench boost, or if I just should not bench boost. I'm intrigued to know what people think. Yeah, it's a tough one. I've been thinking about this the last 2 weeks because originally I bought Krejci and Mukiele because I thought this game could be a 0-all, and I still think it will be a 0-all, and I think that's why I bought him for this week, to bench boost with 2 cheap defenders that have half-decent fixtures. Now, I look at the rest of the team like, it's always hard after international break. You don't know if people are going to get randomly rotated out of the squad, etc., etc. It's one of them weird ones. So hopefully it works okay, and hopefully we get a little bit of luck, let's be honest. Do you play chess, by the way? Trig called you out on his channel. I have played chess. 1 minute chess, I reckon I can beat Trig. I reckon Trig would be scared to play the D-Unit because he's meant to be the chess guru, and I'm going to come in with beginner's luck and torch him, and he won't be expecting it because I'll do some random-ass moves, and he won't be expecting them. I free hit this week and have 3 leads on my team. I love it. I'm surely Dominic Calvert-Lewin's got to be one of those leads players if you've got 3 of them. Enzo plus DCL or Walter Mata plus Zaka. I'd probably go Enzo plus DCL, if I'm being honest with you, John. Play the bench boost, you fanny. Chill. Luke, what am I doing? Am I just playing the bench boost as is and just rolling the transfer? I think I am actually open to playing the bench boost, you know. I think this is probably the week to do it. Originally, that's when I was going to do it. I think all my players are going to play. I expect Reinders to play. You would expect him to play. He hasn't missed a game yet. Why would he miss one now? I honestly think Pigeon plus Man United attacker, Dominic Calvert-Lewin plus midfielder. Yeah, it's probably better, isn't it? Pigeon plus Man United. Yeah, I think you're right, Kivy. Hello, Hippie. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. I have Dubravka, Burn, Anthony, and Van de Ven on the bench. Should I use the bench? I think I'd probably use that if I was you, Hugo Silva. That's a pretty good bench. It's a pretty good bench. Not going to lie. Maybe I need a bench boost. I've got 1.5 hours to think about it. It's 4:30 p.m., which means we're 1.5 hours away from hitting the deadline. And it's so weird. I don't roll transfers. I never roll transfers. And this year, all of a sudden, I'm on 3 free transfers. I'm like going, I don't actually know what to do with the team. Like this week, I don't even know if I want to make any moves. The Pigeon is the one. The Pigeon is the one that sits there. I mean, the thing is, I could use 2 free transfers, right? I could move the Pigeon to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Just bear with me. Dominic Calvert-Lewin or even Thiago. And then I could move Reinders up to Sarr, up to Rice, up to Enzo. And maybe that's the differential play. I don't know. What is his ownership on anyway? So it's still on 32%. I feel like that could be the play. I really feel like that could be the play. You said earlier in the season the transfers are there to attack the fixtures. Pigeon out for DCL, Thiago, and smash the bench boost. Richarlison to Strand Larson, would that be a good move for you? I think I'd be more tempted by Dominic Calvert-Lewin than Strand Larson at the moment, if I'm being honest. I know you're a United fan, but going into a Liverpool game with both Bruno and Mbeumo doesn't feel great. One of them needs to go or both. Kevy, what I will say to that, Kirkes has looked bang average for Liverpool this season, and Mbeumo will be playing it pretty much direct against him. Then you've got Bruno Fernandes. I just think that Liverpool defence concedes multiple goals against Man United. Man United are in front of Liverpool in terms of XG numbers this season, and we've had a far tougher start to the season than Liverpool. I just think that Man United score. They score at least one this week, and if they score one, I would be shocked if Bruno Fernandes or Mbeumo are not involved in the goal we score. I would be absolutely shocked if they're not involved. Richarlison, Australian last, I know you're. I'm here for the Tea Lady's 15-pointer. I can't believe the Tea Lady is in for the 15 points. Maybe the Tea Lady is actually Chalobah, and Chalobah's going to get a mad 15-pointer for the D-Unit. That would be sexy. That would be really sexy. That would get the game week up and running to an amazing start, let's be honest. Due for Van de Ven this week, need help. I would probably go Juve, I think. Let's ask the card. Juve, Van de Ven. Okay, it likes Van de Ven. It does not like Juve. This card does not like Juve at all. Do you think will Enzo? I do not know if Enzo will start. I hope he starts. Is Wood to Waldemar a good move for game week 9? Yes, 100%. It's definitely a good move. Modern day United don't go to Anfield and do anything. Jono, last season, I thought the same thing. I was very scared last season, and we went to Anfield, and guess what happened? Ahmad returned, so did Bruno Fernandes, and Dallo had Trent Alexander-Arnold in his back pocket the entire game. So I'm more concerned when Man United play the likes of Brighton, play the likes of Fulham. When we play the big boys, I actually think we show up. The problem is this squad is mentally weak. They get themselves up for the big games, and they do piss all against the teams they should be beating week in, week out, which is why we went to Brentford and got rolled. But I think we can go to Anfield and probably get a result. That's just the way it is. All right, my defenders are Van de Ven, Virgil van Dijk, Senesi, Munoz, and Gudmundsson, and Raya is my goalkeeper. I want to get another Arsenal defender. Who should I get and who for? I'd probably get Timber, would be my guess if you wanted to get another Arsenal defender. And I'd probably, it depends on whether you've got money, I suppose, but I'd probably be ditching Van de Ven. His fixtures go poorly soon. I don't know if you've got the money to do that, but that's who I'd be going for. Let's be honest, as a United fan, we feel optimistic going to the game, but we're going to get deliberate. Just like how I was up there. I actually think that we're going to be okay. Liverpool are not... I actually think Man City are a better team than Liverpool at the moment. And I think Man United got more chance of going to Anfield and getting a result than we did against Man City. I was not confident against Man City at all, and it was proven to be correct. I'm more confident going to Anfield after an international break and getting a result. I think the card like White Sking. Tempted to go Reece James over Kukurao. I mean, you could. The problem with Reece James, his hamstrings, mate. His hamstrings just never survive the test of time. That's the problem with Reece James. If Card doesn't like Juve, should I bench him then? I mean, yeah, maybe. Kirkes is going to get rinsed by Mbeumo. I think he honestly could. He could get Kirkes sent off. Can do Van de Ven to Timber or Gabriel, yeah. Yeah, don't mind it. Don't mind it. Liverpool lost to Chelsea, who had no defenders. Exactly. Let's have a look at some of these transfers really quickly. So if I did do, so I've got 3 free transfers. If I got rid of old mate, I feel like I have to do this move. I feel like, regardless of whether I do anything else, I feel like this move has to happen. So I've got 6.8, right? So I don't really want Ryan. So essentially, what I'm doing is I'm changing Reinders into Calvert-Lewin. Because post this week, Calvert-Lewin will be the one that I'm quite happy to bench. He can sit there last on the bench. I'm not going to need him for any game. You could then argue potentially I should go down to like a Mark Guéhi or something like this. It's like 4.3 million, and maybe that's what I'll do moving forward. But to get the bench boost over and done with, Calvert-Lewin against Burnley does look like a pretty good fixture. And then it's Reinders, right? So I can, if I get rid of him, I can go up to 6.8 million. So to do that, these are the options. I'm going to read through some of the options. Hold on, we'll get the midfielders in here. So we've got options available. Caicedo, who's yellow flagged. Anthony, who's yellow flagged. Enzo, who's yellow flagged. All available at that price point. Rice. Kudos. Sarr. Garner. Stack. Not getting stacked. That's just a stupid move. Zaka. Minte. I could get Minte. I could get Paqueta. Oh, I don't want to get Minte. I'm playing double Newcastle defence. That makes no sense at all. Doku is available. Longstaff. There's no way I'm getting Longstaff. That's about it. Those are the only ones. Let me know if there's someone I'm missing. But who would you get? Would you just leave Reinders there and just play the bench boost and make one move and then still have 3 free transfers next week? And then obviously I can move Dominic Calvert-Lewin straight out for like the pigeon. Sorry, not the pigeon. For João Pedro, and then we can go from there. I think potentially that might be the move. No way you're on DCL when you slander Andy about it. I wasn't slandering Andy about it. I just say he's got a love for him. Andy just won't. He doesn't have the balls to bring him in because review says no. D-Unit's got the balls to do it though. Love you, Andy. Can do Van der Ven to Timber or Gabriel. Oh, do it then. Timber straight off the bat. Liverpool lost to no defenders. When do you think is the time to actually go double Arsenal defence? Game week 10, MFZ is the week to go double Arsenal defence. I don't think they're keeping a clean sheet next week against Crystal Palace either. João Pedro form versus fixtures surely has to be in on wildcard. You would think so, Daniel Green. If I was on wildcard, I'd probably bring him in. No way you're on DCL when you slander Andy. Gravenberch for a triple captain. No chances at all, Simon Crisp there. DCL is the new pigeon. Could be. I'm not sold on Mbumo. Sure, his XG is high, but he's just taking loads of pot shots from miles away from decent chances. Yeah, but he's not playing Alisson Becker this week in goal, so he could be a real good shout. Triple captain Sanchez this week. No. Caicedo pictured in training. Enzo wasn't. Interesting. Get Strand Larson, bro. Nah, I'm not sold on Strand Larson at all. I'm going to play Mukiele, and I don't think Strand Larson's going to return. Midfielders Semenyo, Gakpo, Sarr, Kevin Dewsbury Hall, and Xavi, who has a price drop tonight. Xavi out for a -4. To Rice, Eze, Gordon, wait till deadline passes. Yeah, don't mind it. Just depends on whether you want to do it before the deadline or after the deadline. As long as you do it tonight, you're sweet. If you think it's worth a -4, do it this week. If you don't think it's worth a -4, do one this week and then or save them and then just do them after the deadline reopens. Can you remember when there was United manager and he wanted Longstaff? Dark days. Oh yes, I remember this. I actually think Longstaff's actually a half decent player, but I don't think he's that good. There's a reason why he's at Leeds and not at Newcastle anymore. Does it make sense to sell Bruno, Gyökeres, Richarlison to bring in Saka, João Pedro and Baltimore to use all free transfers? I mean, yeah, potentially. If you're playing bench boost, it always feels bad making 3 transfers for a bench boost though, which is why potentially I just want to make the one, because then I can use my transfers to get out of it. Anthony at Burnley, better option than Reinders. Could be. Honestly. Could be. Hello, Mr. Unit. Sold Watkins to Bowen. Should I bring in a second Arsenal defender or thinking about Reinders to Gordon or Bruno to Saka? I think I'd be tempted by Reinders to Gordon in your situation there, Adam. If I'm being honest, I think I'd probably be tempted to do that. Bruno will be buying it. Exactly. Bruno will 100% be buying. I'm telling you, he's going to score a penalty this week. He's going to be back. Brian Mbeumo is probably going to win the penalty when Kirk's just hurtling in on his ass. And then all of a sudden we've got Bruno Fernandes stepping up to take it. I think that's going to be pretty good. Maybe that's the move I do. Should we just do it? Let's ask the card line last time. Should we make this transfer? Yes or no? It still doesn't like it. It does not like the transfer at all. The card does not like it at all. It doesn't like the pigeon out for Calvert-Lewin. It really doesn't. Maybe that's a smart move. Just don't do it. Maybe let's ask the card. Should I just bench boost without making a transfer? No. Should I bench boost with the transfer? Yes. All right. DCL versus Thiago. Oh, now it's going with DCL. The card doesn't know what it's on about. I think DCL is the way to go. Do I move Reinders out of the team? Yes or no? Yes. I also think United has a big chance. They seem to play better against big teams. I think potentially bring in Rice. I don't know why. I think it just could be a nice move that no one's doing. No one's really bringing in Rice. Maybe that is the move to do. Like, let's be honest. He's been pretty consistent. 1 goal against West Ham. 1 assist against Newcastle. Did nothing against Man City. But, yeah. Did he get the DC points that week? Yeah, he did. No, he didn't. He got to get him against Newcastle. Against Liverpool, he got him. He got an assist against United, assist against Leeds. He ticks over quite nicely. Ben Reinders is probably due a return. Why is everyone going crazy over Ray and Gabriel? No idea. No idea why people are going double crazy over that. No idea at all. I also think United has a chance. They seem to be play better. Yeah, exactly. They do. They play way better against the bigger teams. I reckon bench boost, but with Thiago and not DCL. Let's have a look at the fixtures longer term. Let's have a look. Where's Thiago? Thiago. All right, so Thiago scored twice against Man United. Had 0.67 XG against Man City and didn't score. That's disappointing. Scored off 0.12 XG, scored off 0.91. So he's got 4 goals, 2 of them against Man United off 0.7. He's on 0.44 expected goals per 90, but he's had 1 penalty in that. So that drops his numbers a little bit. He's got West Ham away this week. The fixtures just aren't good for Thiago. That's why I don't really want to do it. I'm backing in that he's going to do something against West Ham, who are now managed by Nuno, and I could instead get the Dominic Calvert-Lewin in. Oh, what's he got? Let me have a look. Calvert-Lewin. So Calvert-Lewin. His numbers aren't very good either, are they? Let's be honest. He scored and got an assist against Wolves of 0.14 XGI in that game. And he had 0.74 against Bournemouth and did nothing. 0.47 against Tottenham and did nothing. 0.35 against Fulham and did nothing. That's got to be the most stupid transfer. This is like the Hail Mary of Hail Marys, bringing in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. There's no sense about it whatsoever, which means that I'm more inclined to do it. He's also a transfer out. He's a transfer out in 2 weeks. When it gets to game week 10, he's a transfer out. I don't actually think that's a smart move. The more I think about it, the more stupid it becomes. How about João Pedro down to 7.6? His fixtures are incredible. Like, his fixtures are actually incredible. But his numbers are crap. 0.24 expected goals per 90, 0.04 expected assists. I can't believe he's owned by 60% of people with those stats. The clever one's actually probably Mateta. His stats are much better. He's only got 2 goals, but 0.63 expected goals per 90 is by far and away the best. And let's have a look at Walter Mata. I mean, Walter Mata's stats are not too bad either now. 3 goals from 4 games. It's tough. Maybe the smart. Maybe the card knows right. Maybe it is just keeping hold of the pigeon. DCL unit is like the Vardy party. Oh, it is. There's part of me that just thinks it's a good move. It's just stupid, but it's great at the same time. I reckon bench boost, but the second Amarin is sacked, I will start to take United assets seriously. Thoughts on a midfield of Eze, Gordon, Sarr, Enzo, Semenyo? Love it. That's a sexy midfield. Give me one player who's off the radar but could pop off this week. Off the radar. Phil Foden's off the radar. He's going to bang this week. There you go. If I'm a wild card, should I go 2 Arsenal defenders now or get one and another one later if so, Gabriel Timber? I would go 1 now, 1 in game week 10, and I'd go with Timber now. Thoughts on Bruno to Saka and Gyökeres to Bowen on 2 free transfers. Alternatively, I could do Romero to Timber. I'd probably go Romero to Timber. And Gyökeres to Bowen. Sheshko differential option. This week, no. Next week, yes. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is trash, yes. Calvert has been bad since Ancelotti left and was a long time ago. Exactly. DCL unit is like the Vardy party, yep. Don't be a dropkick. Use the bench boost. I think a bench boost shouldn't be used after an international break. Yeah, there's so many... There's ifs and... FPL is a game of luck at the end of the day. Fingers of Brentford, they play better against the bigger teams because they play counter-attack set pieces. Yes, they do. Tosin or Chalobah? Thanks, mate. I would go Chalobah all day long. Even though he's more expensive, I think he's got way more attacking threat. Mateta killed me over the last few weeks. Guy missed the net so much. He did. DCL is literally the worst striker in the whole of Europe when it comes to finishing. That means there's Division 2 players who are better. Foden TC, he's going to pop off. Start Pope or Dubravka this week. I'd start Nick Pope. I'm going to look like such a genius when double Burnley clean sheet comes in. Yes? Or it's going to not come in. Because Dominic Calvert-Lewin train. I reckon if I bring in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he returns. I reckon if I don't bring him in, he blanks. Because he'll know someone would have sent him the memes this week that the DCL unit is up and about. And hopefully he can channel my finishing. Burn or Chalobah. For this week, I'd go Burn. Just. Not by much. Ollie Watkins revival, potentially. I can't see it myself at the moment, but it could definitely happen. Could definitely happen. Oh, what am I going to do? Where's Rahi? Where's Rahi in the chat when I need him? Missing. Absolutely missing. By the way, Luke, I'm going to add you as a moderator later on. Just remind me to do that. I'll add you in. So that way you can help moderate chat if it needs. It doesn't normally need moderating, but gives you a nice little... I think you deserve a spanner next to your name because you're a bit of a spanner. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know what I'm going to do here, but I feel I'm going to press the bench boost button. Because the card said so, right? The card said bench boost, yes, no. And it likes it. It loves the bench boost. It loves the bench boost. So let's activate the chip. We can do that while we're piss farting around here. We'll just restore the pigeon for now. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's make sure I pick the right thing here. So we'll activate the bench boost. Play the chip. There you go. It's now live. Bench boost active. That's the bench at the moment. I'd love to be a mod. Yes, Abby. Yes, Abby. I could definitely organise that. Card flip. Who lets you down more? Tom or Rahi? Tom, Rahi. It's got to be Tom. It is Tom. Tom always lets me down. Tom lets me down more than he backs me up. Is Rodon away to Wolves next a week something worth bench boost? Yes, potentially. Stack midfield over stack forward line. I would probably go stack midfield. I don't know why, but I can see a 17-pointer for Chalobah this week. I know. I'm excited about that. Do you think Enzo will start? I'm not sure is the honest answer, Savi the tank. You've got to think about it as well from Chelsea's perspective. Like, Nottingham Forest are crap. Like, do they even really need... If he's under any kind of risk and they're worried about his minutes, maybe just let him go have the game off and play him in the Champions League. Van de Chalobah. Yeah, I'd tick that off. Captain Bowen over Haaland. Ask the card. All right. Captain Bowen, Captain Haaland. Captain Bowen. I said the card's pretty hot. The Haaland's blanking this week. So am I. Is Phil Foden going to return for the D-Unit this week? Yes? No? Come on, give me a yes. No, it says no. Start one, Senesi and Dye or Mbumo. Start Senesi and Dye or Mbumo. I would go with Mbumo. I'd say bench boost, no transfer. Also, wildcard 12 to bench boost game week 13, a good strategy. Wildcard 12 to bench boost 13 is an amazing strategy, and that was originally what I was going to do. I just didn't like my team at all when it got to game week 6, and I thought I'd change it. Bruno Fernandes returns 100%. Oh, for real, thanks. No, my pleasure, my pleasure. Is Bruno Fernandes a good captaincy shout this week? Yes? No? No. Is Reinders going to return on the bench this week? Yes. Here we go. Here we go. Is the Pigeon going to return on the bench this week? No. I don't know. I don't know who I'd move the Pigeon to be honest. Other than Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think I'm just going to do it. I think I'm just going to roll the dice. Going to roll the dice. I've got 1 hour and 5 minutes to talk myself out of this. But if I'm a betting man, I know what I'm going to do, and I feel like the Pigeon is going to leave for the DCL unit. I mean, I've got to do it for the reason that I think I've got no confidence that he does anything. Absolutely none. No confidence that he does anything. But if he does it, if he does return on the bench boost, it's going to be the most biblical week of content you've ever seen in your life. Like, it will just be meme central, and it will just be so, there'll be no, it will just prove that FPL is literally just a game of complete and utter bullshit luck. Which it is. And maybe this is the week where all of a sudden I get the luck. That's what it's got to be. I reckon I'm going to do it. The more I think about it, the more I'm going to do it. It's crazy, but if United beat Liverpool, then they're 2 points behind them. I know. It's it's weird because I feel like Man United really should have beaten Arsenal game week 1, and if that had happened, Amrin's probably under no pressure at all. But he didn't, and they lost 1-0, and now the pressure's there. Should I play Watkins or Reinders? I would play Reinders. I'm thinking of captaining Dallo, by all means. Be aware, cards say to Captain Foden a few weeks ago over Haaland. It did. Got to go. Sadly, won't make the watch along. Hope for lots of goals and FPL points. Good luck all. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Hickizzle. Foden 1-pointer. Reinders 12-point on bench. Foden's not going to get 1 point. He's not going to get 1 point. He's not going to get 1 point. Should I bring Dominic Calvert-Lewin and captain him? For the memes. For the absolute memes. The card, let's ask the card. Yesterday, someone asked it, Dominic Calvert-Lewin versus Haaland. Let's see if it's still thinking the same thing today. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin versus Haaland. It still thinks Dominic Calvert-Lewin's going to beat Haaland. Maybe this is the king. Maybe this is it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, bring him in, captain him in the most Hail Mary play you've ever seen in your entire life. And then watch Phil Foden score a hat-trick. We all know what's happening, don't we? We all know what's happening. Pigeon out to DCL is like the no-brainer, the banker, the one that couldn't fail, my G. Good evening. Does Enzo out? I don't know if Enzo's going to be in or out. Crazy hot take. If United beat Liverpool, they finish top 4. Yeah, it could happen. Let's do it, eh? Stuff the Pigeon, mate. I don't care if the card doesn't like it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Getting this idiot in. I can't believe we're doing it. We're going to bring him in. The Calvert-Lewin. Who said deadline streams are boring? Not when the D-Unit's doing him. He's in. He's in. I can't believe it. The Dominic Calvert-Lewin is in the team. There you go, boys. No one's got the balls in the FPL community to do exactly what I've just done, except me. No one else would do it live on a stream. They'd be too scared about their rank, too scared about playing the game safe. I'm going the Hail Mary play. Calvert-Lewin's in. The bench boost is active. The D-Unit is either going to be sitting there stuck in the millions this season, or this is the week where all of a sudden, everything just pops and I'm back. I get like 50 odd points in. Part of me really wants to captain Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. Part of me really wants to do it. But I just think that Phil Foden owes me a good week. I feel like he owes me a good week. Which means he could absolutely bang. Part of me really wants to. Let's be honest. Let's ask the card. The card can be the ultimate decider. The ultimate decider. So it reckons Dominic Calvert-Lewin's beating Haaland this week. Does it think that it's beaten Phil Foden? Dominic Calvert-Lewin versus Phil Foden. You know what? Stuff it, mate. I'm going to do it. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is going on here? The card said to captain Dominic Calvert-Lewin over Phil Foden. Nah, I'm probably going to change that. I'm probably going to change it. Let's be honest. The card said to captain Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but I feel like the card has not been calling Foden right all season. So I feel like I'm probably going to bring Foden back in, but we'll probably bring him in since the bench boost is active. Let's be honest. If I was not playing bench boost this week, let's put the team out that I would probably play this week. So I would still probably bench Krejci, let's be honest. I'd probably still play a 3-man at the back. That's probably the team I'd go with. I'm still going to captain Foden. I know the card said to do Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And look, if Dominic Calvert-Lewin bangs, I'm going to look like a genius regardless. So I'm not overly too annoyed about it. But if Foden blanks and Dominic Calvert gets like a bloody 15-pointer, I'm going to cry. But other than that, I think he'll be fine. I'm holding Gordon, Rogers, Foden, and Pedro. All have done nothing, but I had a dream. That's all we needed to hear. A dream. I had a dream last year about Phil Foden, and in that dream, he scored twice. Hopefully, in your dream, he scored twice. And I'm hopping on that. Sabotage from the card. I know. I'm going to ignore the card on that one. I'm happy to go with Dominic Calvert-Lewin because that was actually my choice. The card didn't tell me to do it. I've just done it. Foden probably gets benched, to be honest. Doubt it. Why would he get benched? Why would Phil Foden get benched? Rodri's out. Marmoush is coming back from injury. So is who's the other bloke that's come back? Kovacic. Why would Phil Foden be benched for someone that's coming back from injury? That makes no sense at all. Phil Foden has not gone away on international break. He's literally had 2 weeks off. He's had 2 weeks off doing nothing. There's no way Phil Foden's getting benched in that game. He's facing a scrubby Kirkers. Carter's still on international break. It might be on international break, let's be honest. It had a mare in Gameweek 7. I think it got a bit too excited for the international break. Let's be honest about that one. But it's back. I think it's back. I think I'm happy. Let's roll with that. Phil Foden captain, Dominic Calvert-Lewin vice captain. We've got Reinders, Senesi, Krejci on the bench with Petrovic. If Reinders gets a return, it's going to be a very sexy looking bench boost. I mean, it could easily get 15 points. If he can get 30, that'd be amazing. There's no point going differential captains when Haaland's going to get 9 points practically every game with a great chance for more. There's just no reason, even in tough games for City. Yeah, potentially. I just think there is room for movement this week. I think Haaland's due a blank. He's due a blank. He is due a blank. Cherky, Savinio, and Silva are about. Pep does what you think he won't do, right? I just don't think that any of them beat Foden into the lineup, is my honest opinion on that. Give up with a Foden gamble? Nah. I'm giving up. It's his last week as captain. Last week as captain this week. Yeah. I 100%. If Phil Foden sucks this week, I can tell you, I'm using my 3 free transfers next week, and Phil Foden will be the first player that gets moved out. He'll be moved out tonight if he blanks. 100%. Before this price rises, I'll move Phil Foden out tonight. I'll just move him. He'll be gone. In will come Saka if he bangs in that game tonight. Saka will be coming in for Foden. I'll be doing the old switcheroo, Krejci down to someone and just rolling those 3 defenders. Plenty of moves I can do this week if Phil Foden blanks tonight. So he's got one night to put up, shut up, or get out. And that's what's going to happen. Honestly, I would take off Foden instead of Bruno and Mbumo. Well, I've got Bruno and Mbumo on the field as well. I think it's bench boost. It doesn't matter who's on the field. But I think if this was on a normal game week, I'd probably go with that lineup there. Back in Mukiele in the home fixture. Senesi obviously has got a more trickier fixture away from home. I'm happy with it. I think I'm happy with the way the team's looking. The Calvert-Lewin unit is in. I mean, if this actually works, the live watch along is going to be unbearable because I'll be unbearable. I won't be unbearable. I promise I won't be unbearable. But it will just be. I might see if I can just put a photo of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and you just hear my voice the entire stream. If he scores, that's what's going to happen. I'm gonna put an image instead of me there as Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but with my face on it. If he scores, that's what's going to happen. The stream is going to be taken over by DCL unit. Harvey Elliott to Caicedo, Paqueta, or Anthony. I would go. I think I'd go Paqueta for the next 5 weeks. Just. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that one. Sorry, Fizzy. Where's the card gone? Would you do Xavi, Voldemort, or Enzo Bowen for free? To Enzo Bowen for free. I would do the Bowen move for free. No, I wouldn't move Voldemort out, though. No, I take that back. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that for free. All right. Card. Ndai versus Stack. That's hilarious. Stack. Honestly, no, I've done that one. All right. Thoughts on Palace defender. Do you think they can keep a clean sheet? Do you rate Bournemouth or Palace defender more? I think that game has a strong likelihood of being 0-0. Strong likelihood of being 0-0 or 1-1 or something remote like that. I don't think it's going to be a lot of... I don't think it's going to be a lot of the things. But yeah, Stack apparently is what the card went with for that one, Fitzy. Can't wait to hear you scream and shout every time Dominic Calvert-Lewin touches the ball. I wish you luck. I can't wait to see the notification pop up with goal in the Leeds versus Burnley game, and I'm going to be sitting there going, is this the moment? Is this the moment where I look like an absolute genius? And if I tell you what, if it happens, my God, it's going to be brilliant. You've lost it, mate. I know. I'm all in. I'm all in on the just stupidity this week. I'll fix it next week if it doesn't pop. If Enzo, Chalobah, Burn, Salah, captain, and Anthony all pop, then I'll fly up my mini league because everyone has a template team. That's what I like to see. I love a bit of differential play, let's be honest. Thanks for the advice. Anytime, my friend. Salah or Haaland captain, what does the card say? Now, yesterday on the late mail, it said Salah captain over Haaland. Let's find out today. And it's still going with Salah captain. Look at that. It does not rate Haaland this week at all. Maybe the card knows. Maybe he's got a virus. He's not got. No, don't say that because I'm on bench boost, so we don't want that. We don't want that. Start 4, Senesi, Gunmonson, Burn, Van de Ven, Mbumo, or Ndai. All right. Start 4. I would go with Mbumo, Burn, Senesi, Gunmonson. Those would be the 4 I'd go with. I need a bench boost window D on wildcard 8. I probably... Depends on what team you're going with, MF said, but I'd probably be looking to do it the next couple of weeks. It's normally best to do it soon after you've wildcarded, which is why I originally was going to do it bench boost in 7, but then bloody Caliber got himself sent off in game week 6, which put plan to that. So now I did do it, so I had a chance to do it in 7 or 8. So I've got to go with 8. I mean, Mukiele and Krejci playing each other just feels like the best time to probably play the chip. I'm bench boosting with 3 of Bournemouth and Palace defenders. I like it. Nothing wrong with that. Hope for a 0-0 and hope for the best. Bench and die or unders? And die. I know and is on penalties, but not for me. Not for me. Praying for a 0-0. Love it. Yeah, I'd pray for a 0-0 as well. Just checking to see that my DJ set is still going. It looks like it is. No one's sent me a message saying it's run out of music, which is good news. Breaking news, Dominic Calvert-Lewin pulled his hamstring in training. Oh, we'd love to hear it. Thinking of changing Vicario and Pickford to Pope plus Roofs. Thinking of changing Vicario and Pickford to Pope plus Roofs. You're wasting 2 transfers on 2 goalkeepers. That does not feel good. I don't know if I can tick that one off. I wouldn't. You've got a lot of money tied up in them, though. That's 9.5 million. Maybe you do make those moves. It just doesn't feel right. Doesn't rhyme to start over in Boomo. Not sure. You are mad playing CCL. He can't hit a barn door from 3 inches. This is the week where he hits a barn door, Stephen. 100%. George Gamma, would you bench boost Maradishvili, Alderete, Roden and Minte? No. I think Liverpool concede multiple goals against United. Alderete might even play as well. There's too many issues there. Palace versus Bournemouth was 0-0 home and away last year. Well, there you go. There you go. What sort of DJing are you doing? At the moment, I'm playing a mix that D Tuck, who joined the channel membership at the start of the stream, he sent me the mix, and it's his actual music that's playing at the moment. It's a C5 Metros mix from Perth. If anyone's ever been there, it's a club in Fremantle. They recently gave it a facelift. If it works, dear, I'll shave my head. I'm looking forward to seeing a shaved head. Please make sure you send it to me on X. Holy moly, he's only gone and done it. DCL unit has arrived. He's touched down. He's done it. More breaking news. DCL pulled both hammies, putting his socks on. Do I take a hit on Ndiaye to bring in Enzo or Gakpo or anyone else that you would recommend? Have 3 million in the bank. In the bank. I was going to say in the bench. And already have Saka and Bumo, Reinders and Semenyo. Okay. All right. Enzo. Okay. I'd probably bring in Enzo, but he's still yellow flagged, which is concerning this week. I don't know. I don't actually know what I'd do there. Maybe you could go with Gatko. Thanks for the bench boost advice. Appreciate any time, my friend. No, he pulled a hammy doing up his skirt. Dominic Calvert-Lewandowski. I mean, if you could channel that for this week, Golden Finger, I'll be very happy. Start Senesi or ride or die with Krejci. I'd ride or die with Krejci. Originally, I was playing Krejci over Senesi. The only reason why he's last on the bench is because I'm bench boosting, and I bought in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who I transferred in for the Pigeon, who was last on the bench, onto there. So that's why that looks like that. Eze Gordon or Saka and Dewsbury Hall. Maybe go with Gakpo so it's worth the hit. Yeah, potentially. I mean, I don't think Man United are keeping a clean sheet. For what it's worth, I don't think they're keeping a clean sheet in that game. Eze Gordon or Saka and Dewsbury Hall. I'd go Eze Gordon all day long. That's a very easy question. Kevin Dewsbury Hall, you cannot get me excited about that at all. All right, we're going to end that poll, and then we're going to see who people are captaining this week. All right. Captain this week. All right. Solo. All right, there we go. Let's see what people are captaining this week. I'm assuming that people, if you've got Salah, you've got to be captaining him over Haaland this week. His record against Man United is through the roof. Dominic Calvert losing it. We'll see. We'll see. I'll tell you what. If this bangs, it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. It will be the best thing since sliced bread if this bangs. If it doesn't bang, nothing gained, nothing ventured, nothing lost. Well, something lost, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. So far this season, you've had kamikaze strategy. Who is that bloke last on your bench? That's Krejci. Play one, Mukiele, Joof, Munoz. I'd play Mukiele. The thing is I was pretty kamikaze last season as well. I made transfers every single week last year. I took multiple hits. I took minus 32 in hits. I played a bench boost. It got me 6 points. I played triple captain on Haaland, which got me 2 points because that was the second time he played Southampton. And I still finished top 5K. So you can play the game kamikaze style and it can work beautifully. It's just some weeks it can work horribly. Hopefully this is a week where it works beautifully. And if it works beautifully this week, all of a sudden, I'm back in business, baby. I'm back in business. And that's what it's all about. Saka captain versus Fulham looks tempting, honestly. It does. I think Fulham might do them 1-0. I'm hoping they do them 1-0. The 3 p.m. DCL watch-along will be a thing of legend. I tell you what, if he bangs in this game, man, it will be the thing of legend. It will be the best stream ever that anyone's ever done. Gordon versus Sarr. I would go with Sarr. Isaac and Eze or Saka and Bowen? Saka and Bowen. 100%. Saka and Bowen there. What the hell's going on here? My computer's turned off. Why does it do that? Okay, I've lost the chat because now I can't see what the chat's saying. My laptop's just turned itself off. That's weird. Oh no, it's back. We're back in business. I do not know what happened there. Sometimes it does that occasionally, and I don't know what's. It's an old lap. Well, it's an oldish laptop now. It's now 3 years old. I probably need to upgrade it, get a new one for when I'm traveling. That looks like it's paused as well. Let's fix that. There we go. Can't wait for the watcher. I know I can't wait as well. Now that I've bought in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the DCL unit is in the bag. Surely he gets a brace. Gets multiple returns. I mean, if there's a week where he's going to do it, it's going to be against Burnley, isn't it? It's going to be against Burnley. If there's a week he is going to return, it will be today. It will be today. Let's be honest about it. It will be today. 100%. 45 minutes now till the deadline. Make sure you are finalising your teams. It's not going to be too long before it's all over for another week. There we go. Let's get that back in the centre. Very good. Oh, I can't wait for the football. I've missed the football. The international breaks are always so bloody boring. You're sitting there and you're wondering what you're going to do with your team. And you think there, you overthink it. You don't know if your players are going to be fit. You don't know who's going to start. You don't know whether the rhythm's going to be lost. You don't know anything. And then you you bring in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you throw out the bench boost, and you captain Phil Foden. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with that sequence of events that I've just read out? I actually pray he returns just to hear the Cardinals start bringing up Dominic Calvert-Lewin, how he's good value. 100%. I'd be hilarious. I'm going to bring him in, brought him in before they recommend him fully. He's going to bang, and then I'm going to sell him. When everyone else is thinking about bringing him in, I'm going to sell him. Who plays the early game? It's Nottingham Forest against Chelsea. First up. 12:30 kickoff. Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. All these content creators sold Salah to get Saka. Can't wait for them to have all have an egg on their face. Arsenal spread their goal scorers this season. They don't have a talisman. Yeah, that's right. Arsenal are a really hard team to think. You're on a dreamland. This could be on a par with Gordon's gin. Except my blokes are not going to get a minus point, Stephen. That's the difference. Munoz or Rodon? I would go Munoz. Any chance for Truffert over Senesi? I'm buying him at 4.9. I would actually go Truffert over Senesi. If you're buying now, I'd 100% go Truffert over Senesi. I wouldn't even consider getting Senesi if I was buying him now. I think that Truffert's going to be just as good value, and I think he's going to start getting some attacking returns. The dude is unbelievable for underlying bonus points as well. Like Truffert's ability to get high on the BPS. When Bournemouth keep a clean sheet and there's not multiple goals, I think Truffert, you'll find, will be in the bonus points more often than not most weeks. So yeah, I think he's actually a really good shout. Bowen in, Richarlison out for a free transfer. 100%. I'd tick that one off all day long. I've just got rid of Richarlison myself. Why would you not do it? Yeah, I mean, the Koala Bear's now fit and available as well, which is not ideal. Koala Bear being there, not good. Brighton have never lost a PL home game versus Newcastle. Doesn't mean they're going to win it, though. Doesn't mean they're going to score either. Have you seen Newcastle's defence this season? They've been unbelievably good. Away from home, they haven't conceded a goal away from home. Eddie Howe's got them playing unbelievable football in terms of defensively anyway. Yeah, so I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. Complete my defence, D. Rodon, Timber, Juve, Truffet, one more. How much money you got, MFZ? How much money you got to spend there? Oh, 6.1 million. Wow. I'd probably go Cucurella. I didn't have to think about that one. I'd probably go Cucurella. Get a Chelsea defender in there for coverage. I feel like this is going to be another week where there is tons of clean sheets, sadly. Yeah, potentially. That's also why I think it might be a good week to play bench boost. I actually think that the Newcastle-Brighton game could finish 0-0. I think the Chelsea-Nottingham Forest game could even finish 0-0. I know Forest haven't kept a clean sheet, but I could definitely see it. I could also see Sunderland versus Wolves being 0-0. And I don't think Everton are scoring, so I think Man City are going to keep a clean sheet as well. And Bournemouth versus Palace, I'd be quite happy if that was a 0-0 game as well. Let's be honest. I'd be very happy if that was a 0-0 game. Then who should I take out for another Arsenal defender come game week 10? Game week 10, I'd probably go Juve. Because their fixtures run out, I think, in like game week 12. And realistically, another Arsenal defender. I've always just go double Arsenal attack, maybe. Might be a better play. I did say in the wildcard draft I put out this week that I think that double Arsenal attack is better than double Arsenal defence. Just for being a bit different. You can get Dan Burn, for example, 5.1 mil still. He's probably better value than Gabriel. And he costs you 1.2 million less. Why buy the Arsenal defender when you can buy Dan Burn? He's already kept more clean sheets. He's already got more points than Gabriel as well, I'm pretty sure. Just seems a bit of a no-brainer. Not going to any clean sheets in Burnley, though. I mean, yeah, as long as Dominic Calvert-Lewin scores, mate. Everyone else can keep a clean sheet. I don't give a crap. I also think Man City dispose of Everton quite easily. I think Phil Foden's going to bang. This is the week where he bangs. I'm on the lock-in. There's no way it's all going to go pear-shaped. It's going to be brilliant one way or the other. Buy Burn or Chalobah. Pope is my goalkeeper. I would buy... I still feel like Dan Burn's the better shout. I feel like Newcastle's defence is just so good. It's hard not to recommend him. Yeah, I think that's all I'd go with, if I'm being honest. I'd probably still go Dan Burn over Chalobah. They're both exactly the same price at the moment as well. Let's ask the card. Burn, Chalobah. Dan Burn. There you go. Card agrees. Card agrees with the D-Unit. It's nice when the card agrees with me. I feel like vindication. Vindication. FYI, the Cards team's rolling this week. I asked it. It's also captaining Haaland this week instead of Phil Foden, the Cards team. So if anyone's interested about how that's going, that's what the Cards team's doing. My pleasure, as always. Keep getting your questions in. Get your comments in as well about what you think of my bench boost team. Triple captain Max Doman today. He starts. That's hilarious. I mean, some people make teams up every single week for that kind of thing, and it could happen. It could happen. Any Enzo news? Not from what I'm aware of. I'm just going to quickly check now, but I think it's another 2 hours away. I don't think there's been anything that I've seen yet. I'm not seeing anything on Twitter or X about Enzo at the moment. So no leaks yet. Yeah, no. So no, I can't see anything on X. Yeah, about Enzo at all. And normally my boys will actually send me a direct message if there's news, and I've not received any messages from anyone that they've heard any news. Wildcard, Zaka or Paqueta? I'd go Paqueta. Thoughts on Huang? Huang. Well, if he wasn't raised in the press conferences yesterday, I'd say he's worth a look. But realistically, he's not worth a look. He's not worth a look. If you and the card think the same thing, it's wrong. Only one can be right. I know it's hard. It's hard work that. It's hard work that. Sell Williams or Van de Ven. My plan was to bench boost game week 11. Sell Williams or Van de Ven. I mean, Nico Williams surely has to go. Nottingham Forest look god awful. Who have they got? They've probably got Man United in game week 11. Let me check. Who have they got in game week 11? Let's go. Whoops. Sorry. Williams. Hello, Fuddles. Sesko hat-trick incoming. I mean, I actually think he's going to be great. Stan, Dye or Reinders? I've already had that one wander. I would go with Reinders myself. I would definitely go with him. I don't rate and die. Everyone knows I don't rate and die, so I am slightly biased, but I'd be starting to have a bloke all day long. My first season, Huang actually carried my team. I know, he was really good. He was really good 2 seasons ago for a little while. He was amazing. And then, since then, no good. No good. All right, let me have a look. Add player. Williams. Nico Williams. All right, wow, he's down to 4.8 million now. The Forest assets, man, they're just dropping like bloody flies. Game week 11. So they've got Man United in game week 10. I don't know. I think I'm not sure. I'd just get rid of Williams. And while Andrew's there, Williams is not an option. Would you bench boost with Dubravka, Reinders, Van den Ven, and Dorgu? No. No. Dorgu's probably not going to start. So, no, I definitely wouldn't be doing that. I definitely wouldn't be doing that move. 100%. I would, yeah, just... That just doesn't feel like a value move. Doesn't feel like a value move at all. Let's be honest. Yeah. No, I don't think... Dorgu should be playing, but he's not, because there's a player called Diego Dalot that Amarin is either sleeping with on the side or it's his kid or something. I can't put it down to anything else other than the fact that he thinks that Dalot is good, and everyone else that supports Man United, is involved with Man United, knows that Dalot is unbelievably crap. Like, he's just crap. He's a crap asset to have. Bench booster with Haaland, Pedro, Salah, and Semenyo on bench, determined to outscore Trigger. Yes, Stephen. Yes. Love it. Start 3. Munoz, Lacroix, Burn, Senesi, Van de Ven. Start 3. All right, I would go with Burn, Lacroix, and Senesi. I think. But I'd probably play Munoz and just bench someone else from somewhere else. You've got to have a player that's worse than them. I agree. To be honest, most likely wasn't going to play it. Lol. Going against Haaland captains, so want Reinders to do bad too. Fair. There's Rahi. Better late than never, baby. Better late than never. I put Huang in 2 seasons ago and got a kid now. Join the group, guys. Hit the like button and do not forget to subscribe. Yes, exactly what Rahi said. Thank you very much. Finally, he joins. He obviously he had a sleep in. Let's be honest. Probably had a big night last night. I've done it. The DCL unit's in, Rahi. We're playing a Hail Mary, baby. Hail Mary. The card didn't say to do it, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it just for the content, and I'm hoping that it bangs. I'm invested in having fun. FPL is meant to be about having fun, and what better fun to have than everyone crap talking the crap out of DCL unit, and then DCL unit banging it and sticking it to the masses and telling them exactly how it is. Yes, you are. Bench one, Rice, Enzo, Estevio, Wild, going Estevio on wildcard. I'd bench Estevio. FPL Juve. That's what I bench. I have 3 free transfers. Would you go Enzo to Saka or Sarr this week or make a transfer? I would go... I think I'd just roll with Enzo, to be honest with you. But if I was to move, I'd probably go Sarr. I'd go Saka. Dallo is crap, but Dorgu is less than Dorgu. He's young, but he isn't better than Dallo. And Dallo long throws, man. And bench boost. This is a movie, and I will not like the climax of this. Hopefully, we all like the climax of it. Hopefully, yes. Less than Dallo. Dallo has more points than Verts this season, which is mental. That is an unbelievably mental stat. How? How is that possible? Verts has been that crap that he's being outscored by Dallo. That's just criminal. Would you start Mbumo or Reinders? I would start Mbumo. I think Mbumo's going to have a lot of fun against Kirkes this weekend. Is Enzo starting? There's been nothing. I've watched, I've looked at X. Unless someone's put anything up there now in the last 5 minutes, there's still nothing that I can see. I'm just checking. Doesn't look like there's anything that I can see. Yeah. Nothing yet anyway. Oh, hold on. Enzo Fernandez pictured coming out from the bus. All right, so that's from FPL Gundu. Looks like he's got his boots. Yeah, it looks like he's got his kit bag. I mean, it looks pretty. I don't know. I don't know who this guy is, but I can tell you that it's been seen by 6.7k people. That was 34 minutes ago. So I don't know if it's true. I don't know if he's photoshopped it, but apparently that's all I can see. Yeah. I'm just trolling now. I'm doing the old classic doom scrolling. Considering Estev is in my starting 11, should I play Sanchez or Dubravka in goal? If he's in your starting 11, I'd play Dubravka in goal all in. But be prepared for the Dominic Calvert-Lewin train to score and then blank them both. So maybe you want to hedge your bets. I'm not sure. Would you start Gakpo over Lacroix and Van de Ven? Yes. Guys, I can't remember if I pressed triple captain on Haaland last night, but I don't want to check. Just going to leave it as whatever it's on. Love it. Bocky, hello, how are you? No, Enzo has been spotted in training according to Evening Standard and Sports Mole. I just saw the pic on Reddit 5 minutes ago. Yeah, so I've just sat there and I've just scrolled through whatever X is sending me, and you never know what they're sending you in your feed, but apparently it looks like he's hopped off the bus. And he looks like he's ready. Have you played The Last of Us? I've played parts of it, Music Kiwi. If that's the same picture I saw about Enzo, it's from the US tour. Ah, see? This is what I mean. Misinformation going around. You can never trust what you're doing, which is why I don't like promoting leaks or whatever. But if I look and I see something, I'll say it. But I don't believe anything until I actually see it in real life or on TV. I think Man United should find another left wing back like Ronaldo. Yeah, I agree. Caicedo, no. Why not bowl and captain and avoid Pep Roulette? I don't think Pep Roulette's going to be a factor today. I think Phil Foden starts perfectly fine. No issues there at all. Raya, Pope, Senesi, Gabriel, Rodon, Kilman, Richards, Reinders, Semenyo, Gordon, Sarr, Minte, Bowen, Gyökeres, Haaland. 3 free transfers, 0.0 in the bank. What should I do? I'd probably get rid of Gyökeres. I'd probably go Gyökeres to either one of Voltamata or João Pedro, and I'd upgrade. I'd upgrade one of your defenders to... Wow, you've got Raya and Pope. That's a lot of money in your goalkeeping position. If you've already played your bench push, you need to fix that. I wouldn't be doing it. It's so... You don't waste a goalkeeper transfer on your second goalkeeper. I feel like you're almost stuck with that now for a while, unless you're going to wild card out of it. I'd save that till your next wild card, Raya and Pope. It's not worth 2 transfers to fix that, I don't think. I'd probably use the money from that to upgrade Kilman. I'd upgrade Kilman to a better defender. Chalobah, Burn, another Arsenal defender, Timber, any of them. If DCL flops, it'll be chaotic. This won't be the winter arc that Darius will be looking for. No. It just means I'll have to... I don't know. I think there's a world where it happens and it works this week. I hope Enzo plays and misses a pen. That would be very nice. Sell Tarkowski for Kukurea. I mean, it's not a bad move this week. Ah, there we go. That's an old pick from USA Tour. There we go. I told you. People literally sit there. This is what Twitter's all about. How much misinformation can you put out? How much misinformation can people put out? This is why I don't like looking. I'd rather just sit there and roll the dice and hope it comes in. Should I bench boost with a bench of Dubravka, Isidore, Mukiele and Tim? I mean, that's a pretty good bench. Let's be honest. I'd probably be inclined to do that. Isidore is about as good as Dominic Calvert-Lewin, so he's probably actually better. So you could be right. Maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe I should have considered Isidore instead of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm just doing it for the... That is just a fun pick. I want to change my bench. I want to get Reinders and Foden probably out of the team next week. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin will become the 8th attacker. And then it doesn't matter what he does because he's not going to be seeing the light of day on the field. And I think that it's probably a smart move long term until he gets injured, obviously, and then his price is going to drop and I'm going to be wasting money on the bench. But he's cheap. I can literally leave him last place on the bench every single week moving forward after this week. So that's the plan there. I think it's going to be a drawless score sheet this week. It could be. Best defender from Arsenal, I still think Timber. Ben White's just become a non-factor like the last couple of seasons. I don't see a world where Timber's not a good buy. Transfer Timber in or just play Van de Ven? I'd probably just play Van de Ven this week. My plan at the moment is to bring Arsenal players in game week 10. I'm not sold on the Fulham fixture tonight. I'm definitely not sold on the fixture next week against Palace. It's the same reason why I didn't really want to bring a Palace asset in this week either. It's because I'd rather them get through the Arsenal game and then bring him in game week 10. That's the plan. I sold Tarkowski for Gabriel. Very nice. Welsh Red. Gordon, Voltamata and Chalobah, who would you bench out of those two? I think I'd bench Voltamata. Newcastle haven't been the same attacking threat away from home. They've been much better attacking at home. That's what I'd probably go with. I was already thinking of dropping Saka down to Rice or Minte to facilitate Kriepke bench fighter to João Pedro. Unfortunately, Arsenal and Chelsea play today. Got to act fast because Rice tonight. Yeah, realistically, if Foden blanks tonight, I'm probably going to bring in an Arsenal midfielder for him. And I'm probably going to move Reinders out as well. That's the plan. And then I'll work out what else I'm going to do post that. I'm still going to have 3 free transfers because I'm only used 1 transfer. I bought in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm rolling the other 2. So as soon as tonight lifts, after that deadline passes, I can then make another 3 transfers. If it all goes pear-shaped tonight, I can fix it for next week. If it doesn't, and all of a sudden I look like an absolute genius, then I'm rolling again. Hopefully that's the play. That'd be very nice. If I go to bed tonight, if a happy person, you know it's gone well for me. I was already thinking of dropping Saka down to Rice or Minte to facilitate... yeah, I've done that one. Who is the best sub 5% owned player for the next 4 weeks? Under 5% owned player. Let me check. Under 5%. Let's go to defenders. Who's under 5% owned? Milinkovic, 4.9% ownership. I'm teasing. No, don't like that one. You could go... Oh, no, he's not been playing. Take that one back. Juve, 3.8% ownership. 3.8% ownership. I think he's going to be great. Even Lacroix and Richards, 4.1% ownership, 3.3% ownership. Defenders, those are the ones I'll be reckoning. In terms of midfielders, I would suggest... I think Cunha's going to come good, by the way. He's on 3.7% ownership. Outside of that, Gordon, 2.8% ownership. Really look. Paqueta, 3% ownership. Minte, 3.6%. They should all be good. And then forwards. Sheshko's on 5.2% ownership. I think he's going to be great after this week. Thiago's still on 3.9%. He should be really good as well. Asidor, 3.5%. Even Ilson, 2.7%. Calvert-Lewin, 1.7%. Oh, that's the blast for today. Felt that one. Strand Larson, 1.4% ownership. Yeah, any of them, really. I think they'll be fine. Yeah. Would be my guess. There we go. Bench boost active. All right. Where are we at? Honestly, if Dominic Calvert-Lewin scores this weekend, he'll get injured in the celebration and then VAR will call it offside. Probably. But I'll be here for it regardless. Palace players from Gameweek 10 for me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Same for me. Anthony Gordon's 2.8% ownership. I know. I can't believe that. I'm shocked that he's actually still that low owned. Saka and Mateta or Rice and Isaac on wildcard. I would go Saka and Mateta. Saka and Mateta all day long. Isaac's not going to be on penalties. Rice isn't on penalties. Mateta's definitely on penalties. Saka might be on him. So, it's a bit of a no-brainer, that one, I think. Also, Isaac just doesn't look fit. I mean, he looked bang average for Liverpool so far. I know he got the assist in the last game against Chelsea, but that was more luck than anything else. And then he obviously got... he looked average. Him and old mate, Gyökeres, looked unbelievably woeful for Sweden. Let's be honest. They looked crap. Absolutely crap. So it's hard to recommend either of them based on what we've seen from them. It doesn't look that good. Let's be honest. Why is everyone sleeping on Brighton? Great fixtures, no Europe. The problem is with Brighton is they can't keep clean sheets. They've not kept a clean sheet for the first 7 game weeks of the season, which kind of rules out half their squad. Then in terms of them attacking, they don't have one player that just consistently returns. They generally spread the love. And I think that's why they're getting overlooked. Like, even when I look at them, I go, it's hard to get excited about it. Hot take, but so far, even Sheshko looks better than Isaac. Yeah, he does. He does. He actually does. I would agree. I can't believe that Sheshko got rated the worst transfer from The Athletic. I don't know what they were smoking when they put that article up. It must be a Liverpool fan, let's be honest. Hello, Max Tross. Thoughts on Richie to João Pedro this week? Yeah, I'd do it. I did weigh up doing that, but if I did that, I'd have to make another move in order to free up the funds for it, which is why I didn't do that in the end. Because I really want to keep Mbeumo and Fernandes. I think they're going to be great, and I really want Foden for this week against Everton. Otherwise, I would have... If Man City weren't playing Everton this week, I would definitely have moved Phil Foden out for someone to then upgrade the Pigeon to someone better. But because of the fact that he has Everton at home, I just think that they're going to score. I just think they're going to do well. I think he looked good against Brentford without returning, and I'm hoping this is the week where he returns. And he got so close that other week against bloody Burnley that he's due a return. He's due a return. I'd 100%, I'd captain Salah. If I had Salah on my team, I'd captain him this week. I wouldn't even think about it. Rice or Eze on wildcard. If you want to be differential, go Rice. In fact, if you want to be differential, you go either of them. I like the Eze shout. I think Eze is at more risk of rotation, so for that reason, I'd say Rice is a better pick. The worst transfer so far is Giddens to Chelsea. Sheshko is young. He'll be great for us in the future when Amarin leaves and another manager comes in. Yep. Will you rather play the bench boost this week against Leeds or next against Wolves with Dubravka, Reinders, Van der Ven, Esteve on the bench? I'd probably play it against Wolves. I think Leeds have got a bit more about them than Wolves at the moment. Foden captain again this week. Third time the charm, eh? That is the plan. I'm hoping it happens. Semenyo or Bowen? Let's ask the card. Semenyo, Bowen. Semenyo. Maybe Bournemouth actually beat a Palace. 1-0. Semenyo goal. Senesi assist. Petrovic penalty save. Could you imagine the scenes? 30 points from Petrovic and Senesi on the bench. That's what you call wishful thinking, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you call wishful thinking. All right. We've got another 18 minutes today. I'm not going to do FPL challenge today after the stream. I've literally got to, as soon as it hits 6 o'clock, I'm going to wrap it up. And I've got to go back and finish off DJing for the next 2 hours. And then I'll be back for the live watch along at 3 p.m. One free transfer left. Should I go Burn to Nico Williams? What? Why are you going Burn to Nico Williams? You should be going Nico Williams to Burn. Come on, D-Tuck. Welcome to the fan base, but that surely you've put that round the wrong way. It's got to be Nico Williams to Burn this week all day long. Surely. Is it too late to wildcard? No, not until the deadline passes, but if you're doing it, you probably need to do it ASAP. Any news leak on Enzo? No, just people trolling on Twitter with old bus photos saying Enzo hopped off the bus. There's been nothing else that I've seen. Nothing else has been sent to me. And I'm just checking now, but it doesn't look like I can see anything else. Let's have a look. I still can't see anything. Mate, this guy's dreaming. FPL Proj. Forward, Haaland versus Everton at home. Captain in incredible form. Most likely scoring 1 or 2, brushing Tarkowski aside like a rag doll. Prediction 13 points. I'd jog on, mate. Oh, yeah, I would definitely go Nico Williams to Burn 100% then. I was like, what are you on about? I was like, who the hell is selling Burn to Nico Williams, you goose? Could you flip the card to see whether I should captain Saka or Haaland? Saka, Haaland. Saka. It has not picked Haaland once this game week, by the way. The card has been hot on no Haaland this week. I hope it's bloody well right for once. 10.1 million to spend on the second goalkeeper and a defender. I would go Kukurea and Dubravka. You can do the FPL challenge right now. I could. People might want to see my team right second. Let's have a look. 15-minute wildcard. Go. Start Pope or Dubravka. I would start Pope. Thoughts on Jaden Anthony from Burnley. I like him. I like him a lot. However, I'm not going to be buying him myself. Dubravka, Gabriel, Senesi, Kukurea, Semenyo, Mbumo, Ndai, Kudos, Haaland, Pedro, Watkins. Looks pretty good. I would go Reinders over Ndai all day long. Yep, definitely. I didn't realize you had Reinders. Yep, sub me one. Get Ndai out. Let's have a look. All right, hold on. I don't know what's going on here. All right, exit full screen. That's what we need. There we go. All right. So we're going to quickly do FPL challenge while we do this. Play Wood or Van der Ven? I would play Van der Ven. Wood's coming back from New Zealand duty. There's no way he's going to be good. All right, what's the card this week? Ice Cold. Big chances scored. Return 6 additional points. 1 player per club. Unlimited budget. Big chances scored. All right. Let's go forwards. Jared Bowen to score a big chance. Dominic Calvert-Lewin to score a big chance. And we'll go, actually, no. Actually, we're going to do something really weird. Challenge is always about having a bit of fun. In the midfield, we're going to go with Salah. Midfielders. Midfielders, Salah. Transfer in. We're going to make him captain, by the way, because I think he's the best captain this week. And we're going to go with my boy. Phil Foden's going to get a good chance this week. No, he's not, actually. He's not going to get a good chance. It's going to be Brian and Boomo. Let's go with that. Brian and Boomo. Add him in. Then we're going to go with Vardiol in the back line. Defenders, Vardiol. And in the goals, we're going to go with Pope. He's not going to score a goal, but he's going to be good. There we go. So Pope in goal, Vardiol, Mo Salah captain, and Boomo in the midfield, and then Bowen and Calvert-Lewin up top. There you go. Lovely stuff. All right, back to my team. All right, there we go. Challenge done. Locked and loaded. Back to the team for the week. This is the week where I surge up the rankings. I've just got a feeling. I've got a feeling it's going to happen. Maybe final wild card. Pope, Petrovic. I like that combo. Timber, Gabriel, Kukurea, Burn. Wow, big at the back. I like that. Joof, Rice, Semenyo, Anthony, captain. That's bold. Enzo, Garnacho. Oh, I don't know about Garnacho. Bowen, Walter-Mata, and Haaland. I love the rest of the lineup. I'm not sold on Garnacho. I'd probably go for Declan Rice. Oh, no, you've already got Declan Rice. I'd go for Sarr. Sarr instead. Sarr for the win. I think I'd go Sarr over Garnacho. Thoughts on starting Dubravka? Yeah, I'm playing Dominic Calvert-Lewin, so I'm going to say no. But there is a world where Dominic Calvert-Lewin misses a bunch of big chances again, and it looks pretty good. So let's be honest, it might not work out the way I anticipate, but I'm hoping that it does. All right, we've got just over, 11 minutes now till the deadline, and we are fast running out of time. So if people are making transfers, now is probably the time to do them and get them into the bag. Oh my God. Ross is having a meltdown on stream, folks. He doesn't know if he should do Raya out for Pope in and Bruno Fernandes for Saka. That is the definition of FPL review at work. Mate, just use your brain, Ross. I actually quite like Ross, but that is like the biggest review move that you've ever seen in your life. Don't sit there and say you're having a meltdown. You know exactly what you're going to do. You know you're going to make it because FPL review told you to, so just do it. Either do it or don't do it. Or be like the D-Unit and just back in your boy DCL unit to get you some points. Based on nothing. Based on no evidence. Based on just pure and utter vibes. Ask the card, Dubravka or Sanchez? All right, Dubravka, Sanchez. And Isidore, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, boys! What about Rice as captain? Oh, I wouldn't do it. I don't know if I'd captain Rice, but potentially. Have you done a poll on Calvert-Lewin choice? Is Darius insane or is Darius a genius? We'll do that now. All right. Haaland is still the predominant captain here. Let's end that poll. Haaland, 76%. Someone else, 15%. Salah, 9%. Wow. Obviously not many people still own him, which is probably half the problem there. All right. Good bench boost. Yeah, I reckon. All right. Start a poll. Is the D-Unit a genius or insane for bringing in DCL unit? There we go. There we go. What the chat wants, I provide. Bench one, Enzo, Reinders, and Mukiele. I'd probably lean towards benching Mukiele. I feel like there's more upside from Enzo and Reinders than there is from Mukiele. Like Mukiele, is he going to score a goal? Actually, what is his attacking stats like? Let's have a look. Nothing to write home about. 0.08 XGI per 90. Yeah, I'd definitely be benching him if that was the options on offer. That's a pretty easy benching, I reckon. All right, we've got 8 minutes. 8 minutes to go until the deadline, give or take, until that timer runs out. Then I'll be literally going. As soon as that deadline is passed, I'll be off, and then I'll be back for the 3 p.m. live watch-along. It's going to be epic. Would you play O'Reilly this week? Well, Pep talked about Ait-Nouri potentially being back and available last night, so I'm not sure if that is... I'd be concerned. I'd be concerned about O'Reilly. I don't know if I'd be playing him, to be honest. Is the poll a yes or no answer? Yes. Oh, whoops. Yes, I've just realized that. My bad. Yes, I'm a genius. No, I'm insane. All right, so yes, I'm a genius. No, I'm insane. All right. I've just realized I've worded that poorly. Is the D-Unit a genius or insane for bringing in DCL unit? Yes is genius. No is insane. There we go. Just to make it a bit clearer for the chat. Very good point. I didn't realize when I did that. I thought I just made it intelligent, but yeah. Can you bridge the gap between the deadline and kickoff? Today, no. I'm off to go and DJ. I'm actually in the middle of a gig at the moment. I've literally sat there, played a mix. I've come home to run the stream, and I'm going back there straight after I've finished this stream to finish off my my gig, and then I'll be back for the live watch along later on. I hope DCL unit comes in for me. I know, truly, honestly, I hope he does as well. It'll be legendary. Absolutely, the stuff of legends if that happens. Do you recommend bringing in Enzo this week for Xavi Simmons or someone else, or just keep him for another week? I'd probably just keep him for another week and then make it next week. Will Foden start, or should I sell one free transfer? Who to start? Chris Ridgel? I'd suggest there's no reason why Foden doesn't start. No reason at all. Now I've said that, he's probably going to be benched, but I don't think he gets benched. I think he's going to be great, and I think he'll be good. And hopefully he gets a return this week. Third time's the charm, right? I would start Mukiele instead of Richards, though, Eddie. That would be my guess. Is Enzo starting? I've got no idea, Peter. No idea. I can't see anything on X. I can't see any leaks. FPL Harry's gone silent. He's a Chelsea fan. He obviously doesn't have very good contacts, does he? So should we buy Enzo or not? I'm not buying Enzo this week, but I'm probably going to buy him next week. I've done it. Watkins, Williams to Bowen, Timber. Yes, come on, Music Kiwi. That sounds sexy. DCL gets at least one return, surely. You'd like to hope so, Harry. Poll doesn't make sense. Oh, sorry. If you've just joined back and you're seeing the poll, yes, D-Unit's a genius. No, he's insane. I know, the poll doesn't quite make sense. Yes, he's a genius. No, he's insane. Probably worded that really poorly, and it's exactly at 50-50% at the moment, which probably sums up the move. It's very much, it's either going to be brilliant or it's going to be unbelievably shit. How to get my third Arsenal? 1.9 in the bank. Bruno to Saka, or Reynaldo to Timber, or Anderson Nottingham Forest to Eze Rice. Already have Gyökeres and Gabriel wildcard in hand. I would go... I'd go Anderson to Eze or Rice. And I'd probably pick Rice. D-Unit, Dewsbury Hall or Xhaka as my fifth midfielder. Can you ask the card? All right, let's have a look. Xhaka, KDB. Xhaka. Wait, when did you even do that move? I didn't even notice. I'm a man. I'm a quick man, a quick-moving man. I did that ages ago. I did it like 50 minutes ago, Dominic Calvert-Lewin in. Really, Foden captain, got 4 minutes. Yeah, I'm. That's it. The team is like that. If you want to know what I'm doing this week, I'm making no alterations. Last 4 minutes, that's it. Start Krejci or Senesi. I would start Krejci. Yep. Yeah, that's yeah. He's only on the bench because I'm bench boosting. If I wasn't bench boosting, I don't even know who I'd bench. I don't know. He'd probably still be on the bench. I look at the bench and I'm like going, who am I going to swap out for people on field this week? I don't actually know. That's normally a good sign when you should bench boost. When you don't know who to bench, that's when you should bench boost. What the hell? Exactly. Exactly. 100%. I'm also kind of hungry now. I haven't eaten today yet. Probably need to eat some food before the watch-alongs later. Or else I'm going to be sitting there. I'll be falling asleep on the streams. All right. No one sent me a message about the music running out yet. This is good news. Very good. Zaka is at home to Wolves. He's going to tear it up. Yep. Potentially. I just think that game's got 0-0 written all over it. Ideally, it's 0-0. Mukiele and Krejci both get bonus points, and Mukiele gets defensive contribution points. That would be the ideal scenario in that game. Let's be honest. I should do a trig. I should do a trig and put Krejci on field and Reinders on field, and then like bench Semenyo, bench Bruno, and say, oh, you know, my bench boost got 50 points because they all got 15 points on the bench each. Got Foden as well, so Hattie incoming. Good luck, mate. I hope so. I really hope so. Your totally different view from other FPL content creator cartels is the main reason I always watch your videos. Thank you very much. I do actually pay attention to the football, and I just play the game differently. I like to have fun. There's no point being boring, and you're not going to stand out or have fun if you're just playing like every other man and his dog. Ask the card, Sanchez or Dubravka? I feel like I've already done that one. I'm pretty sure it landed on Sanchez, but we'll ask again. It's gone with Dubravka this time. I'd still think that Sanchez is a better pick, personally. Bench DCL for Reinders. Yeah. Agreed, DCL should be on the bench. Yeah, but I'm playing bench boost, so I'm going to just roll with it like that. FPL Hippie from Blue Sky, welcome back again. So yeah, that's all we're doing. That's how we're rolling. We've got just over a minute and a half, I think. That time is going to run out just before the deadline, which gives you about 10 seconds to lock in your moves, lock in your teams. Make sure you press save on your team, by the way. I'm just going to quickly check I've pressed save, and I have. That's good. My team is ready to go. Locked and loaded. This is exciting. Exciting. Bench boost activated. DCL unit in. Foden captain for the third week in a row. This is the week it bangs. You know why it didn't bang last week? It's because I couldn't do a watch along. I couldn't do a watch along to that Brentford Man City game. Tonight, I'm doing the live watch along. Phil Foden to return the faith that the D unit has in my boy. If he does, it's going to be biblical. It's going to be biblical. If every shot that Phil Foden scores tonight, if he scores tonight, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, regardless of the normal rules, I will do a shot every time Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Phil Foden score a goal tonight. 100%. Lock it in. You heard it here first. We want to make it as enjoyable and as fun a watch along as possible. And every big chance that bloody Dominic Calvert-Lewin misses, I'll do a shot as well. It could be a messy stream. Could be a messy stream later, let's be honest. Right, we've got no time left on the timer. It's almost hit 6 o'clock, which means it's almost hit 11 o'clock in the UK, which means the deadline is about to pass. It's on 5:59 here at the moment. Poll question, does it make sense? Is the D unit a genius? Yes, for bringing in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, or no, is he insane for bringing in Dominic Calvert-Lewin? You're going to have about 2 seconds to complete that because it's now hit 6 o'clock. The deadline should hopefully have passed. And I'm going to quickly close the poll. So if you haven't already voted, yes, I'm a genius. No, I'm insane. You've got 30 seconds to finish off, and then I'm closing the poll. And yes, if you haven't already, make sure you like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and make sure you join me for the live watch along later, because let's be honest, that's what we're all tuning in for. 3 p.m, 5 games tonight. It is it's Burnley versus Leeds, Man City versus Everton, Brighton versus Newcastle, Palace versus Bournemouth, and Sunderland versus Wolves. I'll see you all then. Thanks for watching. I've been FPL D-Unit. You guys have been amazing. Good luck this week. Hopefully, we get the DCL unit on point, the Phil Foden captaincy shout. Let's be honest. This is the definition of a risky play. But if I'm playing the tip, I'm due a 100-point week. I'm well due. I've been 7 weeks due. Number 8 is when it goes.